Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Angel Storm. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm answering a question that was submitted to me this week, and the question is basically, I have gone no contact with my narcissist. I haven't been hoovered. I've been, separated from the narcissist, and yet I can't get over the anger that I feel towards the narcissist. What can I do? So this is a great question. And actually, I've talked about no contact and how no contact is supposed to work before in some of my previous videos. But let me just sum it up when it comes to getting your emotions kind of reset, not allowing the narcissist to have an emotional or mental stronghold over you any longer. No contact. So first of all, no contact doesn't just mean I'm not going to contact the narcissist. It doesn't mean that I'm just not going to send them emails or texts or phone calls or whatever. That's part of it for sure. We want to make sure that the narcissist is blocked. If you are going the no contact route, you want to block them on all forms of social media. You want to block them in your phone, on email, etc. All the things, because no contact means you're not checking up on them either. You're not stalking their social media. You're not stalking their new supply on social media. And it also means that if you have neutral third parties that know both of y'all, you aren't seeking them out to have them feed you information or updates about what's going on with the narcissist. That needs to be a boundary that you draw for that third party and also for yourself. Again, boundaries are always for yourself first. So that's something that you want to do. After you've implemented those things, the next part is to really start taking advantage of the space that you've created for yourself. So the purpose of going no contact is so that the narcissist doesn't have immediate access into your life. All of your time, all of your thoughts, all of your energy, whenever the narcissist wants to get energy, they don't have you as a supply. That's the purpose of going no contact. It's to create a space, a barrier between you and the narcissist. What to do with that space. This is really phase 2 of no contact. You need to start processing your feelings, your emotions, the memories that you have from the narcissist. You want to start processing those things. So what that means is you need to be honest with yourself about how you are feeling. If you feel anger towards a narcissist, that's normal. That's acceptable. You don't need anybody to tell you that, but I want to make sure that you know that your feelings and your experience is valid, and that it's okay to feel your feelings, to think about the things from the past, the memories that are upsetting you, but you need to do so in a constructive manner. And actually, research shows that more than 7 minutes thinking about a toxic situation can cause brain damage. Meaning it will make it easier for you to do toxic rumination about more than just this incident or more than just this person. So you make the channel, the neural pathway for your brain to think and how it will think, not just what it will think, but how it will think, easier every time you reopen and revisit something toxic from your past. So for this reason, no contact also needs to be moving into no contact in your thoughts, no contact in your memories. And the way that you do no contact actually isn't by forcing yourself to not think about those things. It's by thinking about those things, but setting a timer. Literally set a timer. 7 minutes. That's your time limit. Every day you can have 7 minutes where you think about the pain that you are feeling, your anger, any kind of bad memory. You can think about it. But at the end of those 7 minutes, what you need to do is to stop thinking about it. You've agreed this is a boundary for your own self. You're teaching yourself to not do toxic rumination, but to do processing in a healthy manner. So after those 7 minutes, you need to move forward. At the end of those 7 minutes, in fact, just journal a quick sentence or two about what those anger feelings mean to you. How are you going to use that anger to fuel your purpose? Anger should fuel your purpose. There's a reason why you feel angry. All of our experiences are meant to guide us deeper onto the path of our purpose, and anger is one of those things. In the link in this description, you can see a very quick, like very simple download that you can get. If you are having trouble finding your purpose, I want you to download that PDF. It's very simple. It's just a quadrant. You want to think about this. This doesn't need to be something that you need to rush, but you want to fill in all of those spaces. So fill in those 4 squares about what makes you angry, what makes you sad, what makes you frustrated, and what makes you happy. Guess what? Your purpose is a combination of most of those things. The things that make you frustrated, those things you want to try to avoid. You want to try to make those things a minimum. Sometimes you're going to have to do some of those things, right? Like for example, for me, it's paperwork. I absolutely hate doing admin stuff. And within the first 2 months of me starting to do life coaching, I recognized I'm going to need an assistant, because there's no way I'm going to respond to emails. I'm not going to be on top of social media posting. I need help. I recognize that that's a weakness, and that I'm not going to probably improve that. That's something that's so frustrating to me. I'd rather just outsource it. So it's okay to say, I'm not going to be all of the things all of the time. You just have to be smart about it. What makes you happy? What makes you angry? And what makes you sad? What makes you cry? The combination of all of those things. Find where those things overlap. The intersection of all of that stuff will guide you into your purpose. Okay, so you want to be able to channel your anger into something productive. Right now, if you're feeling stuck kind of in this space of, you feel the anger and you feel like it's not going away, it just needs an outlet that's healthy. The other thing I want to make sure that you know is that this is a process. This isn't going to happen overnight. This isn't going to just be like, well, I went no contact and now I'm going to forget about everything that the narcissist did to me. This is a process. There is no shortcut through this process. And in fact, by looking for the shortcut, you're actually prolonging the process. Don't do that. Just accept this is the phase of recovery that I'm in. I'm going to be angry for a little bit, but I'm going to find a way to channel this anger into a healthy outlet. It isn't going to damage me. I'm not going to cause myself brain damage. I'm not going to cause myself to get into the habit of toxic rumination and thereby teach my brain to think in toxic ways, even in the future. I'm not going to do that. That's not going to happen here. The narcissist isn't going to take up any more of my time. The narcissist isn't going to live rent-free in my mind. I'm going to find a way to channel this anger into something productive. This is part of the process, and you have to be aware of that. Stop trying to find a shortcut. Stop trying to shut down those emotions or stop those feelings from coming up or those memories from coming in. Handle them in a productive way. By the way, my Life After Narcissism course, there's a playlist on my YouTube channel. All of these videos are free. I talk specifically about this and why it's so important to feel your feelings. When you turn and look at your feelings, you address them, you acknowledge them, you see that they are there. You don't just try to run away from them, like shut the door on those things and pretend that they don't exist, but you actually turn and face them, you acknowledge them, and in fact, you even welcome them. Yeah, you embrace them. When you do that, you're actually weakening the hold that they have over you. You're weakening the hold that they have over you. You want those feelings to go away? Address them. Stop trying to run away from them. Stop trying to shut them out because you don't like how they make you feel. You don't want to feel that way anymore. You're tired of being angry. You're tired of that rage that bubbles up in you. Well, the way to deal with that, the way to stop feeling those things is to address them. Really get to the root of why you're feeling that. What to do with it. What kind of channel and outlet can it have? By the way, I know that sometimes it feels like you're going to be stuck in a phase forever. I felt that before. Sometimes I still even feel like I wonder if this is just all that there is, you know, and if it is, like, okay, it's an okay space, but I wonder if I'm ever going to grow. A year ago, a month ago, a week ago, however long it's been since you have talked to the narcissist, you've done no contact with the narcissist, think about that day that you did no contact with the narcissist and you probably couldn't foresee yourself being where you are now. You aren't going to see the full picture. You have to trust the people who've been down the road before, who have the roadmap. You know, they have a map of how to get through this process. That is really the goal of this channel. That's the goal of all my coaching. That's the goal of every single course that I've written or any kind of ebook that I've put out. Whatever I've done, it's to try to give more resources to the people who are on the path who aren't quite sure that this path goes any kind of where. They're not sure that it goes to any kind of destination or that things will ever get better. My whole goal of putting out all of my content and spending time with my clients and any kind of thing that I'm investing my time is so that my time of walking that path blindfolded, I didn't have anybody guiding me, is redeemed. I want it to be redeemed in your future. You don't have to take the same amount of time that I did to heal. You don't have to go down every kind of road that's available to you. I did that. I tried pretty much any kind of thing that I could think of to try to heal. I've tried to make it succinct to you so that you can go down one road and know that that's the right path. Everybody is going to experience the path differently, but that doesn't mean that the path is the wrong path. It just means that you're interpreting it different. So while your experience might be different, the things you need to do, the motions that you need to do, the internal work that you need to do is still going to be the same. There's different depths of it, and of course that process is going to be different for every single person, but nonetheless the steps are the same. So I want you to remember when you went no contact with a narcissist, how long ago that was, and think about how in that moment maybe you didn't think that this was the right decision. Even the next day or the next day after you went no contact, how you were having doubts and things like that. You weren't sure that you could ever get to this place. So that just shows you that change is possible, that you are stronger than what you think you are. You are going through this process of recovery, and part of that process is actually meant to bring out whatever has been hidden in you, buried in you, that strength that hasn't been tapped into before. You've never used that depth of who you were for anything before. You're meant to use it now. Now is the time that needs to be pulled out, that greatness in you that's been buried, that you didn't even know existed. The narcissist is actually helping you. The narcissist is the catalyst to having that pulled out of your life. This was one of the most profound days for me in my whole journey of healing. I think I've talked about many times before on this channel that I journal every day. I've journaled every day since I was 15, almost every day. There have been some times when I've been deployed and stuff when I was in the Army that I didn't get time, but almost every day, consistently since I was 15, I've been journaling. And I remember one day during my process of healing from narcissistic abuse, I was journaling, and I remember God speaking to me and saying, "Thank me for the narcissist." And I was like, okay, thanks for the narcissist, you know. And I remember him saying, no, I want you to actually thank me for him, because he is pushing you into a place that nothing can ever be taken from you again. I started investing in stuff that would never be taken from me. My character can never be taken from me. My resiliency can never be taken from me. The narcissist actually forced me to invest in myself in a way that I had never done before. All of my education, all of my experiences, I've traveled all over the world. I've done all the things I wanted to do on my bucket list. And yet I hadn't invested truly in my being, in who I truly was, until the narcissist came into my life. There is a gift hidden in this experience. While it might not look like that, and it feels like the exact opposite of that, you just want it to be over and you want it to end, you just want life to go to normal, the process is the gift. Use the process for your advantage to get the greatness out of you. This is possible for every single person watching this video, every single person that you might tell about this video. It's possible for every single person. The decision, the tipping point of whether or not that happens for you is you. It's your mindset. It's the way that you view yourself, your situation, the process, and even the possibilities. If you don't think it's possible, then it's not possible. You've done put the barrier up in your own mind. You've set the limits on how far you can go in this journey. You've decided that anger is the stopping point. Nobody else gets to decide that. The narcissist doesn't get to control that. You have something that can work for you or against you, and it's in your mind, and it's all about what you do with it. Let this process hone your mental abilities, your mental capabilities, your mental resilience. The way that your brain will follow what your mind does. Your brain will grow when your mind does. Your physical organ in your head will change its shape and will change the chemical components and the hormones that it releases based off of your mind, based off of your thoughts. How powerful. You can change literally your entire life, not just your mindset, but your physical body, your finances, your relationships. Every single thing that you touch can be changed through your mindset, through your thoughts. Let this process teach you how to do that. So you guys, I hope that this video has helped you understand that this is a process, first of all. Just because you're in this phase of feeling very angry doesn't mean that you're never going to get out of it. It means that this feeling, this very strong feeling of rage, of anger, ultimately is hurt, it's pain that's trying to speak to you. It's demanding you acknowledge it, embrace it. This is part of you. This is part of your story. You can't deny your history. You can't deny a part of who you were. Embrace it, accept it. When you accept your past, by the way, it can never be used against you. It could never be used against you. So please embrace who you are, the things that you have gone through. Listen to what your emotions, your feelings are there to give you warnings or clues about how you're doing in life, whether or not this is the right thing, how the internal state of how you're doing is given to you through your feelings. So if you're not used to listening to those things, you're used to pushing them aside, you have a lot of catching up to do. So you kind of have to process all of that stuff. That's very common. It's an absolute necessary part of narcissistic abuse recovery. Absolutely. So getting back into paying attention to those feelings and letting those feelings be guides to you down this path, not your master, but your guide down this path of recovery is part of the process, and you have to do that by processing, acknowledging those emotions. So this isn't a stopping place. It's going to take however long it is going to take for you to process all of these feelings, all of these emotions. You need to stop and embrace every single thing that comes up during this phase. This isn't the stopping point. No matter how long you've been in this phase, this isn't the end. It just is a process, and you need to embrace the fact that this is going to take some time, and let the process teach you. This isn't a hurry up and get it over with kind of a situation. And the longer that you try to make it be that, the longer the whole thing is going to take. So enjoy the journey as much as you can. I know it's easier said than done, but it is possible. And especially when you let go of how it needs to look. Let go of how this process needs to look for you right now, according to your standards, other people's standards, doesn't matter. Let go of that and just allow whatever is to be, and let that teach you. More than anything, I hope that you're allowing this process to help you learn who you are. Know yourself. You can only go so far in life if you don't know who you are. And you'll continue to make the same mistakes and choose the same people and choose the same environments to be in if you don't know who you are. This is part of learning who you are. Again, I'm Dr. Angel Storm. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel below. Turn on that little bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video to this channel, and I will see you next time.